Okay. I'm going to put Zoom LA Drive. Okay, let's try this again. All right. No. Any difference in that? Any difference in that, Chris? I just took the old one out. I changed it, started the computer over again, cut the software off, cut the mixer off. There you go. Okay, you know, you never know. You never know. The same setting for the audio input. I use the same setting again, and it's set up again. Well, and then, I'm sorry about this thing. There's this little incision and stitches right here in my cheek. And look at the size of the bandage I put on. But I'll get this cut down tomorrow. But I feel great. I feel good, except I can't hear myself. No, you guys can't hear me. Still see no sound. Now, Chris Lentz, some people have Bill's sound. Oh, thank God. Thank God. The problem before was this thing automatically records the show to your computer, and you have to tell it where you want it to record to. So I told it I wanted. I forgot a setting was in there for an external disk that is no longer plugged in. Another one is plugged in, and it simply won't work if it can't find its for disk. It simply says no. You must have the proper disk to tell me where to record it to, and that's what I learned today. If you happen to not have the proper disk plugged in, the show can't go on. The show will not go on. Anybody back here? Let me see. Mary Jane, thank you. This bandage, I don't like looking. I'll do it like this. Hi. No, screw it. You guys have seen band-aids before. It was a basal cell, and they had to go getting it all, and they got it all. They had this special procedure called a Mohs procedure where they then take it and look at it under a microscope, and an electronic microscope, and see if they got everything. And they did. But you see, I've been having these for 30 years now. Basal cells from my youth, misspent youth in the sun. I grew up in Maryland, and I was just, in the summer, I would turn brown. I would literally bake myself brown. And, and now I'm paying for it because my skin says, no, they didn't really want you to do that. Computers are a pain in the ass. They can be. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I was here the whole time, waiting patiently. I knew we'd get back. How's everybody been? Good. You got it done. Bandage, no biggie. Good. Because, they couldn't put on a little bandage. Because it was the operation, the procedure. The procedure was Friday. And I had a big, what they call a pressure bandage on it. And I couldn't bear that. And I was tired from it, too. I was, it took a while, and I was tired from it. Saturday, I just took off because I didn't like it. Then I said, oh, okay, now we'll change the... Do you mind if I talk? No, you go right ahead. I'm going to straighten out my awards. Thank you. Excuse me. I've got to go downstairs. That's the most fun I have on the show anymore, is taking Drove downstairs. And that's it. I hope a lot of the new visitors are enjoying this music and this program, because it's, let me see. I want to play you. Oh, I take a chance, but it'll probably work. I want to play. I found an audio from a video of John and Bucky and I when we were in Germany, and probably in the 90s. We used to go. We went twice a year, and people would film stuff, and there's all kinds of videos out there. And I found this one, and it's Air Mail Special, in which John and Bucky get off the beat. They get off, but then, what I would do whenever that happened, I would just stop and let them listen to each other and figure it out. I wasn't going to force one on anybody. I never do that. And so in the beginning of this video, you'll see there's a bit of a train wreck as they're stating the theme. But then it takes off and just swings its little tush off for the rest of it. So I'm sure this is going to work just fine. Never mind. Don't ask me why. Why it wouldn't just hook up and real friendly like, but it didn't. And I'm not going to go back to it. I'll try it again tomorrow. But because I could see that it wasn't playing. Sorry, it just bugs the hell out of me, frankly, trying to do these things. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Al. I'm sorry. I know it's shocking. Even with all the technical problems, I can't play a simple video. I don't know why. And there's a reason why, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. This is the one that's supposed to play every time. Fader number 7 is supposed to play movies. No audio. No audio. I don't know. I don't know what I did. Don't know what happened. It seemed to be working so nicely, and now it's acting crazy. I look like a dime. I understand that. That's pretty good. I like that. Oh, well. Hi, Tomoko. Welcome to my audio-plagued evening. Well, we'll just have to do other things. I was going to play you Bill Charlap. Can't do it. It's not working. How are you, Tomoko? We'll have to, I got a, Tomoko, I went to had to have a basal cell removed, and they got very enthusiastic about it. So, but it's done. It's done. And we'll watch the bandage get smaller, because the cut's only about this big from here to here, but oh. So I'll tell you what I'll do. Seeing as how nothing else is working, I'll make this work. And you can hear the trucks on West End Avenue if you listen carefully. Oh. I didn't see this one when I was rehearsing. I actually did rehearse. I actually do sometimes rehearse myself. Oh yeah, this will be nice. This will work. This will work better. I think that's why shows have engineers, sound engineers. Because it's hard to do both. 2 days off and I'm rusty as hell. Yes, sir. That's my baby, no, sir. Don't mean a maybe, yes, sir. That's my baby now. Yes, ma'am, we've decided. No, ma'am, we can't hide it. Yes, ma'am, you're invited now. By the way, when we walk up to the preacher, I'll say, yes, sir. That's my baby, no, sir. I don't mean maybe, yes, sir. That's my baby now.
You're invited now. By the way, when we meet that preacher, I'll say, yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. As I would, thank you very much. One audience here tonight. I was remembering as I was performing that song, I was remembering my brother and I used to play that when we were kids on mandolin, two mandolins, two banjos, two guitars, whatever we happened to have in our hands at the time. We played all three. Fortunately, the mandolin and tenor banjo were tuned alike, so I didn't have to learn too many tunings. And I just played chords and guitar. My brother was the genius on guitar. But we used to sing that song. And now I'm looking at the words, and the words written down here are not the words we used to sing. Now I'm starting to remember playing it in the key of C. Yes. Bong, 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 bang, bong. Bong, bong, bong. EADG. I think that's how a banjo's doing. Yeah. Right. You just go. Yes, sir, that's my baby. No, sir, I don't mean maybe. Yes, sir, that's my baby now. Yes, ma'am, we've decided. No, ma'am, we can't hide it. No, ma'am. I don't think we did those lyrics. Yes, well, anyway. I can remember it now. All the fingerings coming back. How to play it on tenor banjos bouncing through my brain now. I had a lot of fun playing music, and without knowing too much about it at the time. I just played chords and had good time and decent pitch and sang, and I was like an early rock and roller, except rock and roll hadn't been invented when I started playing the banjo. Too bad, huh? Oh my God, here's one we haven't done in 120 years. Zoom, 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 zoom. The world is in a mess. With politics and taxes and people grinding axes, there's no happiness. Zoom, 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 zoom. A rhythm lead your ace. The future doesn't fret me, if only I can get me someone to slap that bass. Happiness is not a riddle when I'm listening to that big bass fiddle. Slap that bass, slap it till it's dizzy, slap that bass. Keep the rhythm busy, zoom, 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 zoom. Misery, you got to go. Slap that bass to use it like a tonic. Slap that bass, you can keep your philharmonic. Zoom, 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 and the milk and the honey will flow. Dictators would be better off if they zoom, zoom now and then. Today, you can see that the happiest men all got rhythm. In which case, if you want to bubble, slap that bass, slap away all your trouble. Zoom, 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 learn to slap that bass. Zap-a-boom, dee-da-doo-doo, ba-doo-da-doo-doo-doo, boo-ba-boo. Today you can see that the happiest men all got rhythm, all got rhythm. In which case, if you want to bubble, slap that bass, slap away all your troubles. Zoom, 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 zoom. Slap that bass. Zoom, 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 zoom. Slap that boom, zoom, 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 zoom. Slap that bass. There you go. An old hit. An old hit. Don't you wish you'd taken up the flute? People ask me every day. They really can't conceive it. They really don't believe it, that anyone would choose the bass to play. Anyone would choose the bass to play. Don't you wish you played the clarinet? People ask me with a laugh. I tell them yes, I actually tried to play the clarinet till I accidentally broke the thing in half. Accidentally broke the thing in half. When I was young, I took up the piano, but us 6-year-olds find so much to distract us. I really, really hated reading music, and I always cried when it was time to practice, so I took up the guitar. It was much more fun by far. And I began to solve the riddle. But my brother was a genius, and he mastered the guitar. And very soon I was back on second fiddle. At age 13 I finally found the bass, and I knew I had potential. At age 13 I simply loved the bass. Every note I played seemed so essential. You play a note, it rings out deep and true. Every note you play is up to you. You stand there all alone, completely on your own. But don't you wish you'd played the violin? You should put that big thing on a diet. Let me see you fit that underneath your chin. The bass jokes is such a riot. Don't you wish you'd taken up the flute? A question I've heard since God knows when. But I've been lugging basses round since I was a boy, and I'd do it all again. I'd do it all again. I'd do it all again. We usually used to play it, but you know, straight 8 with a lot of fancy chords. But all of a sudden, don't you wish you'd taken up the flute? Everything's Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan jazz. Don't you wish you'd taken up the flute? People ask me every day. I tell them yes, I actually tried to play the clarinet till my mother took the clarinet away. No, that's not how it goes. Anyway, that's pretty fun. I'm afraid to sit down again and sit next to that computer because it's going to explode. I don't know what's going on with it. Why would it not work? maybe I confused it so much by simply telling it to record it to a non-existent disk that it threw a temper tantrum and wouldn't work. And that's probably what happened. I don't understand it. I mean, am I going to have to buy an actual encoder? That's what software does. It encodes the video so that YouTube doesn't have to do so much work. You have to have a special. You can't put anything on YouTube, a video up on YouTube, unless it's encoded. Now it just turns it into something else that can go up very quickly to YouTube, and then they can put on. And the other one was you encode the video and you put audio through an interface. And the audio, both digitals, both analog sounds then become digital. The video becomes digital and it can go up, and the audio becomes digital, so it can go up to YouTube. And then you can't hear it anyway. So that's not good. Hold it down there. The dime. Hello, everyone. How are you? Good. All right. I took two Advil. No, not Advil. You're not supposed to take Advil because that makes the blood thinner and keeps things from clotting quickly. So you take Tylenol. Well, Ned, that's the truth. That's how many people are watching. Ned, if it weren't for you, it'd be 2. I know it sounds like nonsense to you, but we're used to it. I mean, right now, Ned, at one point in this show, we had 8 people. Now, 8 people may not sound like a lot when you consider it. And 10% of that 8 billion would be 800 million. 1% would be 80 million. 0.01% would be 8.001 would be 800,000. 0.0001 would be, you get it. So we're getting about 0.00001% of the Earth's population to tune in religiously. And it doesn't matter, because this will serve as a record of what one itinerant bass player was doing in his 80th year, his 79th year, and his 80th year during the pandemic. And what he and his friends were talking about, what we were doing, and how it went down. Believe me, this will be seen in the years to come. It's not being seen now, except by you guys, and you're all I need. As far as I'm concerned, I get to play the bass, I get to talk, I get to have great fun reading everything. Zoom new. I don't know what Zoom. Oh, Zoom. Oh, yes, Zoom. History will remember. Yes, history will, because I'm gonna. If you just sit and audio, edit audio, and edit the best moments from all this, and the funniest moments, the more interesting moments. And people will watch, and your comments will all be next to it. I record the comments every night, and I keep them. And when I put them up on YouTube, unless somehow
the comments. The chat gets lost. But for the most part, it's up there. And people will all be infamous many years from now. They'll say, whatever happened to those people 100 years from now? Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Listen, you know what time it is already? It's 7:48. My, how the time has flown when things aren't working. I'm going to work on it tomorrow. I'm going to work on this tomorrow and see if I can't get everything organized, see if I can find out what we did wrong. Seen with much enthusiasm. Thank you, Albert. I agree, Christopher, yes. This message is held for review. What message is held for review? Show that message. But nobody said anything. Potentially inappropriate message is held for review. All right, who of you have been inappropriate? Who said something inappropriate? If you said something inappropriate, you must go to the corner. Stand in the corner for 5 minutes. Good night, Bill. I'm going to say good night to you all. I'm going to work on this. By tomorrow, boy, are we going to have... We're just going to be together. This will be so organized. I spent 2 days off, and my brain gets lazy when I spend 2 days off. It's great to see you all. Hi, Helmer. How are you? Dunce cap. That's it. Thank you. Dunce cap. Exactly. Thanks, Chris. Listen, I'm gonna try to play something. Maybe it'll come through. If not, I'm just gonna put. I'm gonna put